Hey guys, welcome to another video. So if you guys don't know me, I'm Kiara and I own my crochet business and I really like to make videos about it and share it with all of you guys. So in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys with me to a market to sell my crocheted plushies. So the market is tomorrow on Sunday, so it's Saturday night right now. So I just have a few things to get ready, so I'm going to show you guys that and I will obviously bring you guys to the market with me tomorrow. So I said I needed to get a few things ready for tomorrow, so that's really not a lot because all the stuff I made this week is actually not coming to the market with me. So it's actually going in the stores that my plushies are at. So they're actually consignment stores throughout the city in different malls. So yeah, all the stuff I made in the past week is going there and it's not coming to the market, so I don't need to put tags on them or anything right now. I'm just going to do that tomorrow, either after the market or Monday, because it is actually Labor Day on Monday, so there's not going to be anything going on, so that's going to give me the whole day to get that stuff ready for the stores. So all I really need to do to get ready for tomorrow's market is get my bag ready with the yarn and supplies I want to bring to crochet over there, and I need to plug in my square machine that takes like debit and credit cards. So yeah, I really don't have much to get ready, but I will show you guys like what I do need to get ready. So I really just packed my paper bags that I bring to give to customers when they buy something. I'm not packing my yarn right now because I'm not going to bed like right now. I'm still going to crochet for a little bit. So I don't want to pack up all my supplies when I'm still going to crochet. So before I go to bed tonight, I will update you guys on everything I crocheted tonight. It's probably not going to be much because I don't want to go to bed too late, but I'm hoping to get maybe a few small things done. And yeah, so I will show you guys that tonight before I go to bed. Alright, so it's pretty late. I'm going to be heading to bed, but first I wanted to show you guys what I crocheted since I talked to you guys last. So I only crocheted one thing, but I did make this little bird or duck or whatever. Some people think they're penguins when they're in like a blue color, but I find them super cute in this yellow from Michaels. So yeah, I finished this little guy and I packed all the yarn and all the supplies that I want to bring tomorrow at the market, because I'm always crocheting at the market for two reasons really. One, well, obviously I get to get stuff done and keep my inventory up, and two, it really shows people that it's all handmade. So some people might see my prices and be like, oh my gosh, that's kind of expensive, but then they see me literally making it in front of them, so they're like, oh well, it's handmade. Obviously it takes a talent and a skill and a lot of time and materials, so it might justify the price for some people, and it's just fun really. So when it's slow, I get to make stuff. So yeah, I packed all of my stuff. My square machine is plugged in, so I will see you guys tomorrow morning. I will try to film before we leave, but if not, I will talk to you guys in the car. Good morning, guys. So it's Sunday before the market, so I just wanted to say hello to you guys before we go to the market. So we always like to be there quite early for these ones to get a good parking spot, because it is first come first serve for parking. Like the spots are already all assigned and you get to like kind of parallel park behind your booth, but unfortunately you can't fit everybody's car behind their booth because cars are longer than the booths, and some people have bigger cars like trucks and some people have trailers. So we just like to be there like even 30 minutes to an hour early even, and I just crochet in the car. We're not going to be an hour early, but probably 30 to 45 minutes early, and I'm just going to crochet in the car. So I'm probably going to do a little time lapse in the car because I do need to put the price tag on the little duck or bird I showed you guys yesterday that I made, and I will be crocheting in the car. So I will show you guys my setup once we're there, and I will update you guys also once we're there. So it's about 8:30. We got here at about 8, so in like 30 minutes I crocheted this little guy. and I put a price tag on the one I made yesterday. So I'm gonna do more crochet until we can start setting up at 9, and I will show you guys my setup once it's all done. Alright, so it's just past 9:30. I set up super fast, so yeah, it's all ready. I showed you guys my setup, so now I'm just gonna crochet until customers start walking by. Usually it starts really picking up at like 10 or 11, so yeah, technically the event starts at 11, but I always try to be ready for 10 because it usually gets pretty busy around 10. So let's hope we can have a good day and make a lot of sales. So it's a bit past 10:15. I didn't make a sale yet, unfortunately, but I did finish this one, so I will put it on my shelf and hopefully we can make some sales soon. So it's about 3. We made a decent amount of sales. I sold my giant jellyfish. So yeah, the weather is being pretty good. So hopefully we can keep doing it well for the 2 hours that are left because this market is done at 5. So if I don't update you guys before then, I will see you guys at home after the market. Alright guys, so I'm back home from the market. So now let's talk about how it went. So there was a ton of traffic. It was packed basically the whole time. The weather was questionable at times. Sometimes it was super sunny and then it would get really cloudy. It did rain for like literally 2 minutes. There was big gusts of winds. It was just really all over, but it was always packed the whole time. So that's a really good thing that there was a lot of people. But I find personally, for the amount of people that were there walking around, I didn't make that many sales, but obviously I can't speak for all the vendors. It's very possible that some vendors did absolutely amazing, but one of my neighbors did say that they didn't do that well today. And I also have a vendor friend at that market that said she didn't do that well today either. So yeah, I didn't do horrible. Absolutely did not do horrible, but it was not the best market ever. And for the amount of traffic that there was walking around, I would expect to make more sales, but I mean, that's just me. So anyways, let's get to the numbers. So today at the market, I made a total of $467 in sales. The booth fee was $70, and the square fees were $8.20, which I find is a lot for one day, but maybe a lot of people paid with credit cards, so maybe that's why. So anyways, that leaves us with a total profit of $388.80. So of course, like I said, it's not horrible, but when I say that it was packed, like it was literally packed the whole time, and there was always more people walking around. So with that amount of people, you would think that you would make more sales, but a lot of people were just walking. It seems like they were just walking just to be walking. They weren't actually looking to buy something. They weren't looking to spend any money. So a lot of kids were interested in my booth. They were interested in my plushies, but their parents would just like pull them away from my booth. So of course, like I said, I did very well, but for the amount of traffic, I am a bit disappointed, but I'm not disappointed with the overall outcome of the market. One thing that I am, I guess, pretty happy about is that I did very well considering there was 4 of us selling crocheted plushies. So of course, when you have a bunch of people selling the same things, that's more competition, meaning that to the customers, those are just more options, more choices. To them, every crocheted plushie booth is the same. It just really comes down to price and quality for them. They don't really care who made it. They just want to buy a plushie. So if you're the only vendor selling crocheted plushies, you obviously have a lot better chances of getting those customers to buy from you because you're the only one that's selling what they want. But when you have 3 other people selling what they want, then they have to pick between you and the 3 other vendors. So yeah, there was 4 of us selling crocheted plushies. So I think that considering there was 4 of us selling crocheted plushies, I think I did pretty good. So I'm pretty happy about today's market outcome. So now we're gonna get to the breakdown. So for the breakdown, if you're new to my videos, I will kind of explain to you guys how the market went, everything I sold. So I'm going to tell you guys every single item I sold. I'm going to tell you guys how many of each item I sold out of the amount that I brought. So for example, if I brought 2 bees and I sold 1, I'm going to tell you I sold 1 bee out of 2. And I will put a picture up here for you guys to give you guys an idea of what it was. And I will tell you guys how much I sold those specific items for. So that gives you an idea of my prices. So just for reference, I'm in Ottawa, Canada. So if you're in the States, my prices might be very different than yours just because US dollars and Canadian dollars are different. So for the breakdown, starting with big bees, so I had brought 1 big bee and I sold it for $20. I had brought 5 small bees and I sold 4 of them for $12 each. So those small bees have not been selling well for me recently, and then I sold almost all of them, so that was pretty nice. I brought 2 regular size turtles and I sold 1 and I sold it for $25. I had brought 6 birds and I sold 1 for $12. So that was actually the one that I showed you guys that I made last night, the yellow one. And I did make that like teal one in the car, and I actually made 2 more while sitting at the market. So yeah, I made a lot of those at the market today actually. I started with 4 mini chickens and I only sold 1 for $10. I started with 12 chicken nuggets and I sold 5 of them for $8 each. I started with 3 fluffy octos and I sold all 3 of them for $12 each. Now, surprisingly, but these have actually been selling pretty well for me this summer, even if they are a high-priced item. So I started with 1 giant jellyfish and I sold it for $50. So like I said, it's a higher priced item, but they actually have been selling pretty well for me this summer. I started with 4 hot dogs and I sold 3 of them for $25 each. So I still have 1 left, but I will definitely have to make more for my next market. I started with 9 keychains and I sold 4 of them for $8 each. I started with 1 mini bird and I sold it for $10. So I know I don't have a picture of that one because I actually made it at the market, and that was after I took my videos and pictures of my booth. And so it's basically the same thing as my regular birds, except the yarn was a bit smaller, so it came out smaller. So that's why I priced it at $10. And someone actually bought it as we were packing up and leaving, and it was still left on my table, so they grabbed it and bought it. So yeah, unfortunately I don't have a picture for you guys, but it's literally the same things as my regular birds. I started with 4 mini dinos and I sold 2 of them for $12 each. I started with 1 mini turtle and I sold it for $12. I started with 1 big mushie and I sold it for $20. I started with 1 octopus plushie and I sold it for $15. And lastly, I started with 3 jumbo turtles and I sold one for $38. So that is a total of 31 items that sold today. So of course that's very good. I am very happy with the outcome. It's just for the amount of traffic that there was, you would expect to sell more, but this is pretty much the average amount of money I make at these markets. I know they're never going to be a complete bust. Sometimes I expect to make more at them, but this is pretty much the average that I make at those markets. There's always good foot traffic. People aren't necessarily always buying, but the foot traffic is there, so you obviously have more chances of making sales if there's people walking than if there was nobody. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about today's market. So this was definitely a good start to the month of September. So today is September 1st, so I don't know when you're watching this, but the market was on September 1st, 2024. So yeah, it's a pretty good start to the month of September, but definitely stay tuned because next Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, I will be having my first ever YouTube live tutorial. So I will be making my mini mushies. Here's a picture. They're super cute. So it is a free pattern that you can find on my coffee shop. So you can absolutely go get your copy right now, and you can make it right now if you want, but I will be doing a live tutorial on Sunday, September 8th. So it's gonna be at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, definitely join us for that. It was gonna be super fun, super cool to be able to follow that pattern live. You can get your copy in advance, you can get it now, you can get it whenever, and just follow along with the tutorial. So that's gonna have to be it for today's video because I basically covered everything for the market. So if you have any questions, please just leave them in the comments down below and I will do my best to answer. And yeah, so that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to join us on Sunday, September 8th at 6 p.m. Eastern if you want to do the mini mushie live tutorial. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!